What's up, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Toke Moments. I've got my homie, my lover, my friend, my boo thing, my bestie, my Pookie, my Shayla. What else do I refer to you as?
Friend, we the best for we don't follow talk. Let's cast
You
it
pissed
here.
me off.
What say I do?
Should we tell the world what
yeah.
we did? Okay, so guys, Taymesan invites me to his podcast. First, to start with, as a good friend, my friend is like forcing about, I've been off air for so long. I'm coming back bigger, better, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, friend, I got you. I came on his podcast. First, the editing was crazy. It made my skin look burnt. I looked so fucked up. I'm like, this is not what I look like. Look at this skin. I'm not even wearing any makeup right now, by the way.
You're glowing,
I have
I know.
no foundation on. All I have is like literally like blusher, like liquid blusher, which is on my face is a bit oily. And I patted that into my skin and a glow stick from Maracellores. I can't remember the name of the brand, but it's like those London. It's in London. It's a popular brand, and I look good. But seeing myself on this podcast, and then the thing is, when there are no cameras, or when there are cameras, this is how you know how you're a genuine person. This is how we connect. So I opened my ass on this podcast, trended for
And
days.
I appreciate you, friend.
So what did you now do when it was your turn?
No, so when I came on, right, we're talking about Ruth, right? And I'm like, after we don't talk about Ruth, we should talk about our safe now.
Friend, first to start with, you launched my topic even before I did on my podcast.
Because you are
my
listening,
house,
we'll
my
talk,
rules. We were just, but it's none of you. Let me be the one to introduce the topic, not you.
This one we do so if I talk about my safe, anytime you talk, I will follow you.
No.
Your house, your
You're
rules.
allowed to talk. But I'm saying you threw us in there. Now, this boy had 2 weeks to study the book of Ruth because I was talking one day.
I
That's kind of
study
friendship
now.
we have, right? So we have friends. We have a friendship where we bounce off. Like, Taymesan can call me at 2 a.m. and say, Rabadosh, one revelation just came.
That's Robert.
That Rabadosh is the only thing I know. That's what he says. Hey, something,
My
something.
favorite tongue with that.
Clear that. And he'll just say, the spirit was talking to you. And I
But you know, I'm always safe. I'm with you in prayer, in supplication. I'm a good friend.
That's what
I tarry with you.
friends are for.
Yeah. So that
In
book of
good
Ruth
times.
in bad times.
So you had 2 weeks to study the book of Ruth, right? And it came from, as I said earlier, Taymesan is kind of friend who can wake up in the middle of the night and call you at 2 a.m. because he had a revelation. Rabado, something happened here. And then we'll talk. I like our friendship because we talk about every single thing. There's literally nothing that is off topic between Taymesan and I. That being said, he now drags his golden boy energy to my podcast. And then he's being all salty. Like, is that all we're going to talk about? I thought you asked me about my life. Bitch,
Okay, but for my own podcast, not just I ask you about things that happen to you.
you started talking about the topic even before I launched it. So I'm like, okay, let me see where this
Okay,
guy is
that's
going
fine.
on
Let's
to.
say I talked about talk before time, right? But when we finished talking about Ruth, I thought we were going to come to Taymesan after Ruth.
Maybe I just
Taymesan.
thought that there was some correlation with Ruth and your life, but there's
No, let me
none.
tell you what I thought was
looked
happening
at you at
that
this point. I
day.
realized that there's
I think
none.
you're
You need
under
to be
pressure
more
because you had
saved.
another guest come in.
No, I think
Then
you
you're
need
like-
to be more saved.
No, it's okay. I've been safe since you like. There's no. It's once
Jesus
and
is here,
for all.
Taymesan is here.
Yes. So,
But,
what is
okay,
it?
wait. How are you, my friend? You're so dramatic. What's with the...
I'm better than I used to be now.
Okay.
I think that
From the last time we met, which was on your podcast,
I'm much better.
how are you?
I've had time
mentally?
to think about the situation.
What situation
I've
again?
seen my
'Cause I
faults
can't
in the
remember.
situation.
No, not our fights.
Right.
I'm talking about since the last time I was a guest. Oh no, I wasn't at fault in our fight. I'm golding. I
If
didn't
you
do
agree, say
anything.
I thought I could make it twist. If you agree, say
That's
you had-
not a nice thing because in our friendship, I apologize when I'm wrong.
Well,
Do I
let's
not
talk about that
apologize?
now.
I don't.
This is what Toke does, right? When Toke wants to get away from apologizing, she now remembers that I'm 12 years older than you. I'm not your mate. So me, I'm wondering, Toke, why do you always do this to me?
That's not true.
So Toke will now box me to a corner like, don't try me, I'm not your mate. I will not cower.
Really?
Yes, you do.
I think you're
Toke, you
lying.
bully me a little, but
I bully you.
Yes.
Wow. I'm the friend who is really accountable. I will call Taymesan and say, I'm sorry for how I came at you because
That's the day that Jesus is working.
So
But the
Jesus
day-
is working every day in my
But the day
life.
that Toke doesn't want to do it, that's when she'll never remember. Hey, don't try that.
That's because I think that you're very annoying. I think sometimes you can be very rude. You don't know you are.
I'm not rude.
You're
Everybody
shady
knows
as
me.
fuck.
I'm love and light.
You're shady as fuck.
I'm not shady.
You always
Toke,
throw the
worry
age.
boy. Let me tell you what worry people do. We just talk. But Toke just think that, oh, me, I'm trying to be funny.
No, you throw the age thing when it's convenient. When I say, oh, follow me to this party, he's like, oh, nobody my mates is going to be there. Do you know how that's, you make me sound ancient. I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh my goodness,
You're like,
friend.
It's going to be only just millennials there. Bitch, yeah. What's wrong with you hanging out with millennials? John
But I
Legend came
hang
to
out with
town.
you. I just was- that-
No.
Okay, let's not fight about it
I asked
though.
him, I said, John Legend came to town. I had like a really nice table and VIP tickets. I thought about my friend because we hadn't hung out in a while. I'm like, baby, what are you doing? When it's cold, that's when there are jams that we can listen to.
When it's cold,
Wait,
when it's cold,
don't you see
it was never
doing
cold.
it
During
again?
our generation, we know they
He's
do it when
doing
it's
it
cold.
again.
We text.
He's doing it again.
Wait, friend.
He's doing
Besides
it again.
all of me,
Love's on.
the only that song
That's
I know
the
for John
only
Legend.
song you know.
Ordinary people.
So that wasn't enough for you to come out to hear him sing Ordinary People?
Okay, when I saw your Snapchat, see the way. Okay, you're the youngest
know
of them. You're the youngest of them all.
He only said that now because he's trying not
Friend,
to.
you're the youngest of them all. But
Oh
if you
my
see them,
God.
I could see the 50s, the 60s rocking. I'm like, this is not my scene. What?
I'm actually
No,
dying.
so I don't think that's a pay you, but I'm just like, okay,
Because
man.
that's not the only time you do it. Like if I say, oh, come to my house, come here, like, who's going to be there? Then you now do the age thing. Oh, nobody my mates. I'm like, oh, it's
No, but
okay
okay, I
to be
come to your
friends
house.
with me.
I hang out.
It's okay to be friends with me when it's cool for you. When I want to do my stuff, then you say you're not my age.
Okay, so
That's very
We
painful.
go for Owambez now. What
Baby,
else?
you see, he's doing it again. This is Owambe I
Okay,
go for.
Daddy.
Guys in the studio, what the fuck
Daddy,
is wrong
I follow
with
you
this
to
guy?
that Owambe.
Which Owambe? Are you mad? Is it Owambe alone? Like, do I go to Owambe?
No, but that's day.
You came to that live band.
Owambe,
You went home with money, idiots. You
Okay,
came to the live
that's an
band
exception.
shit. So don't say Owambe like I'm some old 55-year-old.
Oh
Being
my
old is a blessing, by the way. I'm not running away from it. But this guy,
Amy, no, my dagba now. We dagba now. Oh my goodness. I never. So guess what? And if I say this one, I should say, oh, I'm doing the age thing again. I actually like my friends older.
so is that why you're friends with me?
mature. No, I'm friends with you because I love you. But besides that, you offer me some level of maturity that I like. You offer me
You like
some
it
level
when
of
it's
wisdom.
good, but when I now want you to do stuff with me, like hang out with me, you're quick to now say things like, oh, not my age, not my scene. You know, I'm not a millennial. And then you say it so subtly and in this worry thing where it seems like it's just yabs. But I'm sat back, I'm like,
so okay,
this
if
nigga
after
just
many
called me
years,
old.
she do all this, like, what people also we did talk any we did talk any
But you see, we're talking about healing and growing.
Right.
And part of our healing and where we are in life is we don't accept we talk anyhow. We accept.
But I've made
friend,
progress.
Oh, this makes you feel a certain type of way. I will not do it again.
I'm more emotional intelligent with you.
I think
the
you
things
are,
that
actually.
that trigger you now.
Am I easily triggered?
Oh, friend. So, because we can be talking there, I don't know what to say. I'll say, wait till I talk now, we reach behaviors. Like, wait till I talk, we reach. So, sometimes I can never predict how you're going to react to some
But
things.
do I hurt you? Do I do things?
No. I feel like you are also very, you're very straight with me. You clear me. But sometimes I'm like,
I
this
clear
thing
you
always made
with
a clear person
love.
for this
No.
thing.
I don't even clear you when you're going through it. I wait. Because, my has been warning you about several shit
Okay, let
that
me say
you
my
get
thing with
yourself
you.
involved
You always think
in.
I'm going through it.
No, I tell Taymesan when I send something before he goes through it. Taymesan gives me the love and light. Jesus said, like he killed Jesus. Love and light. God said, and I'll be looking at him like, hope, hold it.
Okay.
I'll be looking at Taymesan like, yeah, but you didn't kill Christ, right? And being a follower of Christ does not mean that you should not be a swagbe or
No, but it's my disposition.
you will take it to the day that when it now happens, you now go silent. You won't be able to tell me that they don't show and then you know go talk. They don't now say, what's going on in that situation? Friend, God just said.
Wait. You see this one way happened just recently. Now I tell you, say, you be a J. One thing about Toke Makinwa is that you will see it before it happens.
The Lord shows me. You don't believe that I'm powerful because I'm not a pastor.
No way,
That's the
friend.
problem.
But
If I open church today,
but me, I'm long suffering. I the first weigh the options. But you, it's like,
no, but what are we doing about this long suffering thing? Because I wanted us to talk about it today.
Right.
Like, where do you think that trait of long suffering comes from?
it's my trauma.
What are you doing about your trauma?
I'm working through it. I'm praying about it. Prayer is
You know
always...
when they say you are your best friend and your mental health, you are not paying therapy, you're using each other.
Yes. My friend, I always... So the thing is, I've actually learned the hard way. Let me not lie to you. You know that part of the reason why I overcompensate, part of the reason why I give too much room for bad behavior is a trauma response. But I mean, you can't fix it one day. So this may be long suffering. Now, I give like shorter ropes, right? But I'm not, wait, friend, no true face. But I'm not worried that am I overdoing this? Because now that I'm walking through it, that's okay. I said, okay, behave like this.
Not Toke.
Wait first.
Your heart must be ready.
No, you know that, Toke, you're like this. If they try you, you're out the door. Me, I go see a test for the spirits. Test each spirit. I go see a fine. Oh, you understand what they're about.
Oh my God.
Because I will give benefit of doubt, second chances. But now I've realized that, maybe Toke was right after all. Don't give them any chance.
And then on that note, I would gladly pull my age card and tell you that not like Toke knows it all. Toke is also learning from experience. When people show you who they are, believe them.
That's one of the...
It's as simple as that.
That's one of the perks of our friendship. You have gone ahead of me to fight many battles. So when
so I fight the battle so you don't have to fight it.
But wait, as you're telling me, I've never experienced that for
still
myself
slightly
now.
Stubborn. You want to experience it. Do you know there's some things in life that you don't necessarily need to experience? Because this is how I look at it, right? There are people that I move away from because I see how they are moving to people they call friends.
Yes.
I don't wait till I become a candidate.
Yes.
There's that person we're talking about. Because when I saw the way they was moving, I said to myself, Jesus,
I'm out.
I do not want to have to tell a tale or two on another day. So I removed myself from the situation. So I am here to also discuss with you in the debate of us having this conversation that you don't have to, I understand it comes from a trauma response, but the day you know is your morning. And knowing is your journey to healing, right? You don't need to give people the benefit of the doubt. It sounds cold, but this is 2025. I don't think that, leopards are,
Did a
trying
for
to
your
hide their
friend now.
spots.
It's morning for me now. But the thing is, I've also learned not to try to be Jesus. That thing your sister always says, don't be Jesus. Because me, I would think that, what would Jesus do? But sometimes, even Jesus said they kneel and for cross. I don't want anybody kneeling for cross. So right now, I'm taking myself and I'm removing myself from the situation.
And I'm proud of you.
And over time, I feel like I have more peace doing that. It's a tough journey because I've never been that person. I'm the person that I will call you, see what they did to me, but now I'm like, it needs to help me up. When I've not died, I'm thriving. So,
are you lonely?
So I won't say lonely because I have some friends, but the journey of change is lonely. It's a lonely path because you're trying to understand yourself. You have to pull away to make sense of what's happening to you. But so it's like this point between the old Taymesan and the new Taymesan, that's middle is where the loneliness is. But I don't think I'm really lonely. I mean, I have you, I have my brother. I have a couple of
they always
people.
say it's lonely at the top, and we hear that song.
My sister.
But I don't think we talk enough of how lonely it is at the top.
Ashake know what he see when he sing that lonely at the top. Friend, I bet talk your own.
I said this to you a long time ago that there was someone who was my friend then, and he used to casually check in, like call and casually check in. And back then he used to tell me, every time before he drops one, he goes, "You're not successful yet." And I didn't know why he always used to say that to me. Until one day he called, and when he was about to drop the phone, he was like, "Now you are successful." And I said, "Why?" And it's like, because you don't have so many people around you. Now I know, because before, whenever I call you, is one friend is doing this friend is doing that friend. And I used to look at you and think, you clearly have not yet attained the level of success that I think you have. Because once you do, it is just what it is. Like you don't know, life is just crazy. You would think that, look at the most successful people around the world. Some of them, their family is their friend. I always use Beyonce as an example, even to you when I'm talking to you. Who is Beyonce's friend?
She herself and her family.
And her family, for a reason. Because sometimes you carry such a light, right? And because the light is so bright, it attracts all sorts. Spectators, well-wishers, doubters, evildoers, they are different categories. Do you understand?
Terrible.
The well-wishers are there because they truly, genuinely are attracted. They think this light is great. The doubters are like, it's not light. it's just, you go off.
Who's this song? Yeah.
The evildoers are those that are constantly working overtime to turn off that
Bring it
light.
down, yeah.
Do you understand? Spectators are those that are just onlookers. But
Indifferent, yeah.
you can, if you don't label those boxes, you can throw everything as friend.
And that's what I did for the longest time. And I learned the hard and the harshest way. And as I said, I mean, people, like, you know me, I like people. Like, if I like you, I don't like you finish, regardless of what is said, But it took me removing myself from these spaces to realize what they were doing to me. And you know what I've also made peace with? Some people are not bad, but they're bad for me. So me not being friends with you doesn't mean that you're not an excellent person or you're not who you are, but you are bad for me. Because like you said, the doubters, the people who don't see you as you're supposed to be seen. So for example, you have friends great people who have a good laugh, but when it comes to who you are, they undermine who you are. And if you're constantly around those people, you will not see yourself as the person that God has made you. So you need to so you need to probably be on the same level with the people that will see you as who you are. But before now, I made space for everybody. So now the shedding is the painful and lonely part.
The
shedding is too painful because on the one hand, I'm thinking, am I the one that's the problem? Why is everybody falling off? Am I the problem? God, please help me hold. So I'm trying to hold on to this person and God is literally yanking them off.
What do you think is the hardest thing that you've ever had to accept? It's a very, very, very interesting question. Acceptance, I believe, is the beginning of healing for a lot of us, right? And sometimes we delay our healing because we refuse to accept. So what do you think is the biggest thing that you've had to just sit with yourself and say,
that I was the cause of some of my problems. That I had a big hand. Like, we can throw the blame game around, but Taymesan, you have a role to play in this.
Do you think like it had to do with people pleasing? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Strongly. I think that...
Why do you think you wanted to please people apart from the trauma?
I think it was...
you wanted to be liked?
I think it was the validation. So I think I'm a great person. I think that I'm somebody who loves people. So I'm like, why can't you love me? The way I love you. Can't you see what I'm doing? Like, and some people, and one of the harshest realities is that some people will never like, even Jesus that came to give life, my friend.
Do you know, if we even talk about Jesus for a second, we don't understand how deep that Jesus analogy is.
Yes.
I mean, we're Christians and you guys know on this podcast, we always make reference to our spiritual side. But do you understand how crazy it has to get to where renowned sinner, and they had the customary issue where they would release a prisoner, just out of sheer will. Caesar is in a good mood, release a prisoner to the people. And they brought a saint beside a prisoner that probably raped, that probably killed. And when we were growing up, when we watched that Jesus story, the prisoner wasn't humble. The prisoner was standing. Most of the videos you've watched where Jesus is there with a thorn in his hair and is standing almost humble. And the prisoner is laughing like, yeah, Barabbas. And they are like, who should we free? Because obviously Caesar. And the people chose to crucify a man that did nothing to them. If you know how deeply that is.
If I was Jesus, that's the time I would say, this cross, fuck you, I'm getting out of this thing. Because remember, Jesus was going around healing the sick, raising the dead.
And offending people. How is that an offense? So that just makes you realize the world we live in. Like I always say to you that for me, I draw the biggest inspiration from the Bible. Like there's nothing that's happening in the Bible that is not happening today.
Right.
However you want to style it, pig it, put pins, it is what it is. And if somebody who did nothing to you, to me, to the entire world, who came bearing good news, who healed the sick, as you said, and opened the eyes of the blind, and wanted the world to be better, was left to hang.
Yes.
And freed somebody who probably, when he left that court, went to do some more raping, some more robbery because, hey, y'all freed me. That just shows you why you should never bother with world people.
Yes. I know that Jesus is Jesus, right? There's a part of, I think, John, the gospel, right? Where Jesus was saying something about the fact that when he had done the miracles and everything, a lot of people were coming to him, trying to be friendly, but he removed himself from them because he knew who they were. when I read that
In there, the
scripture,
doubters, the scammers,
I
the
say
people
Jesus
just...
even know who they be. But you know that's the mercy of God that He still died for those same people.
Yeah, but you're not Him. It's what I
Exactly.
constantly try to tell you.
Exactly.
He had the capacity to do that. You don't. Because people will keep drawing from your well, and when it's empty, they would leave your motherfucking ass to dry.
My friend, they drag this well. Now God save me. See, small water still did this well. I have to recoup. I had to wait for the rain to come back. If not, I would have been dry.
So how did you get past that phase?
I think it's also just, as I said, acknowledging the fact that I had a role to play in the disappointing nature of my friendships. So I also, clarity came after the fact. Because by the time I step back, I'm like, oh, fuck, how did you not see this? But love blinded my eyes, And also, I feel like it had to happen so that I can be steady with my resolve now. Because my friendships now, I did do audition.
I've just learned a new one.
So the entire time we were...
How do you audition people?
So I feel like over time, see how long it took me and you to be this close. You were auditioning me to me, I know me, I did audition you too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't auditioning you.
Before we started, we give each other small.
True, Sha.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know say you say if you deep, I don't clock you, say this girl, she deep. So me, if I did do say, okay, our boundaries started coming, closer and closer. But then it was an audition.
Yeah.
So now, and it's a hard process because you have to be able to pick. Because after spending all of that time with somebody, you're not realizing that this one is an asshole that you picked. So sorry.
No, but I feel like that's one of this generation, as I always say, we are a generation who we use people and we value things.
Yeah.
So we are a generation of taking.
Especially in Lagos.
What do you mean in Lagos? It doesn't happen in Warri.
So let me tell you what I think. This is my own theory, and Warri people can attest to this, right? We were growing up in Warri. It was a familial setting. It wasn't a thing where people came from different spaces to come and make it in Warri. If the neighbor, your friends, them reach house, you know them reach their mama, now this person calls them this. So everybody knew everybody, right? In Lagos, it's different spirits, different people from different places coming to make it. So people present a front. And when I came into the scene, I don't know say they present front. As you see me outside a view, I go laugh, I be worried. Like I was so open. When people started to show me that true color, I said, what's going on here? Even my brother confirmed that, Lagos is a little bit different. Like, it's like we're playing a game. You understand?
It's like LA.
LA.
Everyone's coming to sell something here.
Yes.
Lagos is a marketplace.
Something.
Yeah. Especially our entertainment industry.
It is wild.
Yeah.
So that's what you do for you. So I've learned to do the Lagos as it is and also now have my friends.
It's so funny out there. I have a lot of friends that call it Lagos friendships. I couldn't have to
yes.
I'm not for me. All these Lagos friendships. I'm like, what does that even mean?
And if I'm being honest, I did Lagos friendship too for a bit, right? Because I was trying to figure out what's, So there's also the Lagos friendships where we are cordial. And I think that's what I mistook for deeper friendships. So I have to be able to separate my allies, my acquaintances, from my G's, from my guys. I feel the people that I can be vulnerable around are my friends.
Do you know, a long time ago, a friend said to me that this changed my life, and I'll share it with you and share with everyone who is watching. I was much younger then, and she just looked at me and she goes, if you don't learn to label your friendships, you're going to pay dearly for it.
Yes.
Because I see your trajectory, I see where you're going. But in order for you to fully arrive where you're going, it's not cutting you off, fuck this, it's not working out. Is labeling your friendships. She said physically bringing out empty boxes. It's a physical exercise that I did that changed my life for good. Physical exercise, arrange those boxes label them per your needs, what you need. It's not about those people now, it's about you. One box would have confidant. One box will have prayer partner. One box will have gist. One box will have outside friendship. One box will have sisterhood. Like whatever your labels might look like in your life at that point that you're in. Do you know? Because we go through different phases. In a phase in your life, you might need your outside friends. So she says, when you label them, now do a list in an A4 paper of all the people in your life. Tear their sheets and then put them in each labels. You will never make a mistake again.
I bet which label I did?
She was right.
Which box you put?
Prayer partner.
Yeah? So now my work now. Hey,
No.
Agency for prayer.
No. Let me tell you what. Do you know how important? That's the most important friend that's one of the highest level of friendship. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
You can pray with your friends. That's the highest level of friendship you can ever get to. It's not everybody you can call at 2 a.m. and be like, friend,
Fair enough.
the devil is trying me. And we've had one of those nights when you're like, babe, Toke, I need my mental. I left a group of people and I wasn't feeling right.
Yes.
And we speak life into each other. That is, for me, is higher than confidant.
Okay, friend.
It's higher than
Okay.
a prayer partner is a closet friend. Do you know what it is for you to open who you are, for someone to pray for you? Not many people have that. And you are one of the people that I can say, that even if I've not seen in 3 weeks, if I call you at 12 and say, Taymesan, Rabado, she just starts, hey, Jesus is here,
You ate
Taymesan
that,
is here.
friend. You ate that. You ate that. I fuck
So
with
what
that.
level am I in your life?
Well, confidence. No, not my label now.
I went all out for you.
Confidence and prayer partner. Yeah. Outside, I don't think we hang. I don't think we hang out.
You
as
always
much
ditch
as,
me when you go south. So you're like, I'm too old to hang out with, and I've
I
accepted.
don't think that's what it is. I'm also going through a phase where outside doesn't really see me much. I don't enjoy it as much as I used to.
Friend. Me
I think I've grown, and it's too early in my life. I'm just 28 years old, so I don't understand why I'm so tired of outside. Maybe
I think
early.
I'm the house party friend. I'm the let's
I enjoy
watch a
coming to
movie.
your house, move all day.
Yeah, I don't
you go
like
to your
being
balcony,
out
you go to
there.
your room, you understand?
Yeah, I don't
where
like-
your sisters go there around. I
Yeah.
enjoy
I
that
love
more
that
than
too. Yeah.
me with the loud music.
Oh, let me tell you what happened to me recently. I tried going out clubbing. I sat throughout, friend.
Friend,
I was like,
the music.
nothing changes in the clubs. The same set of people, the same set of guys. The only thing that changes is the music, updated playlist.
Yes.
That's the only thing that changes. The same people, and you just sat there and just like, people do this every other weekend and they call this fun.
Guess what? I went out last 2 weeks. Last week for Eros had hit a thing, like a dinner things from
Why
there.
could he invite me?
Eros had a dinner thing. So from there we went to like an after party. And I sat in the space. I'm like, Taymesan, this was you from 2020 to 2023. You were jumping around this. Now what were you doing in this
Remember when you used to
space?
jump on the table? Remember that old video I sent you on Snapchat? Oh,
I mean, when
out
my
in
piano
the club,
starts. Whoa.
dance,
Oh, Fred Eras. Thank God for delivering me from the streets.
It goes back to one of the things that, our pastor says in church, where one of the biggest lessons I learned from Logic was, shifting from performative Christianity.
So, inner transformation.
And when he says that part of the Bible that is commonly said, like, when people be like, do we then continue in sin and say the grace of God abides? I've really realized that true transformation is not performative, right? True transformation happens even without you knowing it's happened.
Inside out.
Because just as you said now, that was our era, right? We would enjoy doing this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Where they go?
Thursday. I just have for Monday.
Then Sunday we'll go to that rooftop place. We'll just be out there in the streets every day. And all of a sudden, it's not even more, it's not about spirituality. It's just coming into your own awareness of, what am I doing out in these streets?
When I stopped going out, it was a slow burn for me. After a while, I'm like, okay, I'm not going out on Monday. We'll move to Friday. From Friday, I'm like, we'll go and link up.
And I'm not missing anything, no.
My son didn't miss anything. But at the beginning, it felt like it was hard because I'm like, hey, am I missing out on the FOMO?
Really? I never went through that.
But after 3 months in, 6 months in, the peace I started feeling. Friday nights, I'm jogging. I can be listening to one sermon. I can probably be in your house chilling. I will eat and go back.
I don't even know the difference between Friday and Sunday nights now. It's that crazy in my life. Because I think I got so busy in my life that it just didn't interest me much to be out in the clubs. And I also feel like I got to a place where the people in the clubs were the ones that started annoying me. Because I realized that if I go this Friday, I started knowing some faces that's regular. We'll not be greeting ourselves like,
yes, as if we're friends.
And that used to offend me because I'm like, what do I know about this person? Nothing.
Yeah.
Do I know what they do for a living? Nothing. But I just see them in a bar. And then we'll see each other again next week Friday. Hey, Ekisi, mwah, mwah. I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here.
This brings me back to the Lagos friendship thing. Most of the friendships were forged from nightlife interactions.
Barakbo.
We don't know our safe reach house. We don't know any spirit. We don't know who left the water, the Marine Kingdom, and walked into the club. We don't know. All spirits are in that club. So when they break, we go back. That's why, like, sometimes I wonder how they do their friendships, right? No shade. Like, I get friend, they record me.
That shit is real.
It's like me recording you, Toke. Would the Holy Ghost not?
That's happened to you before?
I'm saying like, we have friends who like, they'll bring our receipts. I'm like, so you were stacking receipts from...
baby. I was friends with this. I can talk about it now because I'm so over it. That was also my pruning years, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the last 5 years of my life, I thought I was dying, literally, with half of the shit I went through in friendships, right? And it was so weird how I didn't realize this because I was inside of it. And I told about the friend that would call me and say, I know you're successful. You're not yet successful. And the moment he called me and said you're successful, I understood what he meant because at that point, I didn't have any friends anymore. And it seemed like I was the problem at some point, right? Because, you know, you make all these friends, you're trying to please everyone.
Yeah.
You're trying for everyone to feel like they own the same place in your life. Yeah. You make so many mistakes. You're like an open book. And with one of these particular girls, we fell out and she thought it was cool to start calling people to tell people that I'm not their friend because I said this about them. That happened to me, friend. It happened to me.
We should just start everything.
There was even a 3-way where they had to now put me on a 3-way call. I was getting ready to, shout out, it was Davido's, you know, one of his kids' birthday parties. I was getting ready to go and my phone rings and this 3-way or 4-way call and it's this girl on the phone. And my other friend is there and they're like, oh, did you know? And she goes, you know, if I open my mouth, you're going to be in trouble. Like we're in secondary school. That happened to me. And that was when I realized that my life needed a change because I was just like...
Who am I around?
You know, and then one of my friends in there redefined friendship for me. Because when she called her to say, Toke is not your friend, Toke said this about you, Toke said that about you, Toke said this about you. Do you know what my friend did? She told her on the phone that, okay, thank you for this information. But if you think this is going to cause fight between me and my friend, that's not my friend, that's my sister. Do you understand? If I'm going to fight her, I'll fight her for what she does to me, not what you're telling me.
Bless
because
her.
when she was talking, what were you doing? Till today, let me tell you the interesting part of that friendship. We had the biggest fights. She fought me, but said, I will never give these bitches the joy that is to see that we're fighting. So the next day, we still had to go to a fashion show together. We sat up, we were not talking. She was cursing me out. You are stupid.
I love it.
See what happened to you? We all talk. The difference is that you talk to an idiot.
Yes.
There are times you might annoy me that I'll bitch at somebody else about you, but you made an idiot your confidant. So I'm not going to fight you, but you will feel the hits.
Yes.
So we were united out there. Nobody knew we fell out badly. We cried to each other. She's like, you did this shit to me. I'm fucking pain, but I will not fight you. Because if I fight you, I'm like them. I will judge how you are to me. Do you understand? And also understand that Harry said it in that interview with Meghan. It's not about who you're talking to, it's about who they're talking to. Everybody talks, right? Everybody loves a good gossip where you vent, you talk about this one. But this friend of mine was so bad that she even had receipts of things I said in chat. They were sending it. This is what she said about you. Like,
Look, did they fear me for this thing?
I survived that. I went to Experience that year.
You go cry.
The cameraman caught me on tears crying on Experience.
Why you no go cry, okay?
They didn't know what was wrong with me. People around me, I'm looking at Toke Makiwa shedding tears Experience. I said,
You don't do a shenge.
The pain and the fact that even in pain, I was hearing Christ saying, you gotta let it go. I need to use this pain. And I'm like, God, I'm no punk. Mama didn't raise no fucking punk. Because you know I can burn down this bitch's house down to our 5th generation if I wanted to.
You will say, and that's the growth we're talking about. Where
I wasn't ready for that growth. It hurt me.
It is forced.
The Holy Spirit was telling me as I was crying,
this is what you would do.
Feel your pain, but you're going to forgive them. I said, what?
Sometimes like God is telling me, like, you will have to forgive. I'm like, God, if not, I would not. So what I've started doing with God is like, is it that will unknot this thing in my chest? Because sometimes the pain is too much to let go. You need to just stick it to them like, who the fuck do you think you are? But that's not who God is making us to be.
That be like Jesus shit is not for the faint.
Yeah, no, but God has
sometimes
to work.
I feel like,
but it's God that works in us both to will and to do.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like I want to be like my younger sister sometimes. Like, because I think my younger sister has this. She tells, when I ever tell her, well, the spirit, she'll be like, are you the spirit of God? She's like, I'm a bad person. If I can say I'm a bad person, nobody else can call me bad. Do your own back. For once, tell God, hold up first. Let me first scatter this table first. Then I'll now remember I'm a Christian. The world now come and apologize.
But those people are
And you
feared
forgive
more.
us.
They're more respected. You can't. I know better. I've not done anything to Abby, but I know better not to cross her from afar. But she already showed me who she is.
She tells me.
So
She always reads us. My younger sister will say, now you drop it and I'll come back and say, what would Jesus do? Are you Jesus? Are you Jesus? You said it is the self-righteousness in you that's making you compare yourself to Jesus. Scatter it. When you come back and I'm like, election, God will forgive us.
wait.
She says that. She
I
says
love
that
her.
is your self-righteousness. God is looking at you and he's shaking his head because what do you mean by be like Jesus? It's an insult for you to try and compare yourself to Jesus.
Jesus read table for in front of synagogue.
So she'll be like, scatter it. After all, when David came, I said, Lord, should I follow? Follow, scatter. When you scatter, I finish, we'll not come and repent in front of
I
God.
think that's how I should be
God,
now.
my flesh was a 5 minutes, forgive me as you forgive that person.
Because God will still forgive
and
you.
this person will forgive you.
Yes. Maybe we should start doing that. We should adopt that.
No, but I feel like that's who she is.
Right.
For me, one of the biggest things I did was seizing the peace of that fellow. And how did I do that? By remaining quiet. Till tomorrow, she would never know where my head is at. When people will come and tell me, oh, what happened between you and this person? This is what they said. I'll say, what she said, I did. The one she has not even told you,
I did
it. So are we okay now?
You're heaping coals of fire.
I'm a bad person. Sure, we can all both go to bed right now and lie. I'm a horrible friend. I now took the name they were giving to me. Maba, don't be my friend because I'm horrible. Do you understand? People will laugh. But guess what? I'm putting less pressure. I don't have time to have to prove to you I don't need your validation. Do you know what I mean?
And you know when you got to this point, and as I pray a lot of times that, God, you have to now give me the friendships that are right for me in this season of my life. Because if you have taken all these ones away, so they don't say I'm the bad, give me the healthy friends.
Shouldn't have not prayed that prayer.
Yeah, I started praying it a lot. And guess what? Clarity came. My best friend came back from London.
You got a best friend that is not me?
From Unilag. I had a life before you took a Makinwa. I had a life. Anyway, friend.
And you're still saying it.
I beg. This is what I'm talking about. This drama is that you want to put me to a corner and I'm removing myself. Wait, friend. Oh yeah, sorry.
You have a friend?
I have like 5 best friends. Okay.
Am I one of them?
No, 3 now. Because one has fallen off. Oh yes, you're one of them.
Remove me from that category. Don't be stupid. When there are 3 people, who wants part of the 3 friends?
According to you, I've boxed them.
Remove me.
One is for prayer, one is for supplication.
I don't want to be your best friend. Let them have it.
Oh yeah, my friend, no this. Please, let me finish this.
I don't like to share my friends.
So we had a rocky. I feel like also when I got into my career, I entered town. You know, myself, I basically was also trying to figure out self in London because I had moved to London. And when he came back, when I sat with him, I almost broke down because all my secrets, why they keep since all the things, it felt so easy to talk to this person. So God knew why he was restoring that friendship because that's somebody I trust. You understand? That's somebody I can be myself around. So now I'm not even looking. So I'm intentionally now choosing the people that I probably exed before. I'm making new healthy friends and I'm not knowing what metric I'm using for all of them.
I think I'm still scarred.
Yes, I know that you are very scarred.
I think that, and I have to be honest on this podcast, I think that I have really deep trust issues from what happened to me. I don't have any friends now. And I've made peace.
Abby Stone.
No, I don't call you my friend.
Okay.
Do you understand?
What am I? Sister?
No, I now revoke that because you just told me I'm not your best friend.
Oh
so
my goodness.
You're now like someone I talk to. Now you're just someone I used to talk to.
Oh my God.
No, what I'm saying is that, and I can't say I don't have any, I do have people, like 1 or 2 people that are genuinely, but I think that I've also, that thing scarred me so much that it made me very weary.
Yeah.
And I stay ready. First, they call you sis. Next day, they are the up.
Sis.
So on both days, I'm good.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
It's a trauma response to care. Because I stay ready as well. Now, so let me tell you what's happening to us. And I think that's why I am as well with friendships and trust. I'm so quick to walk away, which is a bad trauma response because I'm already, if we have a small dent, I'm already ready to step out. Sometimes it's God that will reel me and say, Chris.
I think what I struggle with the most for me is vulnerability.
Yes.
I
Me
struggle
too.
with letting anyone in because I know how nobody talks enough about how hard it is to pull yourself out of a dark place. Nobody talks enough about the strength mentally it takes. Forget the physical strength of getting up, going to the gym and having a routine. The mental strength it takes for you to pull yourself out of a dark place. We don't talk about it enough.
So
We
tough,
all
friends.
glaze it and wear makeup for it and act like, yeah, I went through that shit and I got through
Girl,
it.
you know, 2023, 2024, it was all the pulling. You know that I was constantly calling you because I was losing it. But that's what happens to us when we come out finally. We want to protect that peace so bad.
I think I've overprotected my peace. I'm okay to be alone.
Yeah, but then again, if we're not vulnerable enough, we're not going to let the people who are well-meaning for us. Because I met somebody who said to me, "See, the person I did listen to, you'll never be well with them. You are a stone, you are a wall." Because Toke, I know for emotes. I like mountains, I strong, I lock up. So I'm now learning to, you know what, give grace. We see the hint of please. So that's why I'm saying we're auditioning for friends now. So it's still I'm constantly pushing about, okay.
I think I hear you and you might be right, but I think I've replayed it differently in my head. I think I've come to understand my personality through what I went through. The rebirth that happened and the phoenix that rose from the ashes is who I have come to just take care of right now. And I've come to accept certain things in life. There's certain people who are blessed to meet a certain group of people at whatever age they meet them in their life. They meet, they gel, they fall in love, they ride off to the moon, they become friends forever. There's certain people who that friendship might be what you find in family. There's certain people who that friendship might be not, your soulmate doesn't have to be this whole best friend. We tell each other secrets. We do. So I think there's a level of maturity that you get to where it's not like I'm not lacking mates. If I need to talk to someone, there are people I can call and have a great conversation. There are people and I that share memes. We might not see each other face to face, but baby, our friendship is built on memes.
And that's
the amount of memes we share is therapeutic. Like, it's like therapy. I know if I open my DM today, that person is in there, you know, sending me memes. And there are people that you don't even think of who are just solid in your life.
So
shout out to Swanky Jerry. In the last 3 months, I get random messages from Swanky just saying, "Hey friend, I'm just checking up on you. How are you?" He doesn't even know how important. I can show you my phone. Like, he doesn't want it back from me. He doesn't demand a phone call. He's literally just every week in the last 2 months, Swanky has sent me a text every single week.
Bless him.
And it just popped up in my brain. I remember I got one this morning. Just saying, "Hey friend, how are you? Just checking up on you. Hope you're okay. Sending you hugs."
And that goes a long way.
We haven't spoken. We haven't picked up our phone to speak to each other like, "Hey, how are you?" or gist. But without fail, every week, Swanky does that. And I don't know why I come to his mind and why he decides to do that. But just even having this conversation, it popped up and I'm so grateful for it. So I think that's where, for me, I don't think it's a trauma thing for me anymore. It's more of acceptance of where I am and what roles people play in my life. So I'm okay to not necessarily have that friend, I know see, I know sleep, I know see, I know job. I'm okay. Do you understand? To not necessarily have that confidant where I tell all my secrets to. Do you know who has become my confidant? It's very interesting. If I say this, people will probably laugh at home. But I promise you, the Holy Spirit. Do you know it's so bad that when something happens to me and I tell the Holy Spirit, I don't have the strength to repeat it to somebody else. It's a mental thing. Like once I vent and I talk about, it's like texting that long paragraph and I talk about it with the Holy Spirit, like, damn, this happened to me, Lord. Like, shit. Like, I'm the strength to even tell my sisters. You know they. Someone now say, something will happen. I was like, but you didn't tell me that. Like, I talked to God and I just...
That's the prayer part. That's why prayer is so important. It's just a conversation that you need. Like, sometimes just letting go of things. You know, it's like the last few years that God has been pruning me has made me more prayerful. Not before now, I've always been a Christian, but I've never prayed this much because I had to tell him things. Like, there's this one of my videos that was trending about, God, if you don't come to my day, you will disgrace me. That is my actual prayer. It's not even a, like, God, if
that's your posture.
That's That's the things I said to God before I recorded it as content. Like, God, they will disgrace me. And I've told everybody that I'm a church boy. I'm Bible believing body. It's on you. That's how deep things can get where you're not like, ha. And that's the conversation that God always wants with us. God always wants that relationship with us. He wants that closeness, that thing where we can tell him anything. Because God sees everything.
I think if I look at my life journey, it's been a long time since he's been trying to get my attention like that. All my life always pans out where man never takes the glory. If I'm so sure that this person will come through for me, that me sure is me putting the person inside problem, because he will not come through just because I am swearing
he
and
will
saying
make sure that
the arms of flesh. He will make sure that when I have to tell the story, he takes the glory. I never have to say this person.
Ooh,
and that's giving me such a solid confidence. Now, when I relate with people, even if I need help and I'm talking to someone to help me out with something, I'm confidently asking you, which I never used to know how to do. I'm confidently asking you because I know that if you don't do it, he will raise somebody else to do it. If he has to raise stones to do it, geez, he raised ravens to feed Elijah. So clearly, if God needs to make stones, non-living thing, provide, he will do it. So now when I relate with people, it's no longer from a hustling point of view, it's from a I have this idea, and I think the Spirit led me to speak to you about it. If you're going to come through for me, come through. If you're not going to come through for me, don't bother wasting my time, because if you don't do it, somehow it will be done. And is you and I said the same prayer, but in different ways. Is that God, don't let them shame me. It's automatically that.
And my friend, when I say God is so jealous, God likes the attention on him. So when he wants to do his own thing, he will remove all the possibilities, and it will be centered
Sometimes
on him.
it's tough, Sha. That possibilities is removing, because damn, God.
No, but when he does, it's like when they say he will never share his glory.
Let me give you an instance. Have you not realized that you ask God today, please borrow me $5 million out of my future money? You know the money you promised me that I'm going to have?
Yes.
That's which you said I will lend to nations. Okay, God, right now, since red, borrow me, $5 million. Okay, it's too much. Borrow me $2 million from the future money you said I'm going to have. Because after all, it's only on earth we're going to spend this currency. There's no money in heaven. Is everything we're doing is for
It's true.
So you're like, this $2 million, this promise you don't promise me, say I go get money. Send it now, so I can have the $2 million. About Fabros J. Okay, $500,000. I don't leave $2 million. My eyes, okay, $500,000. Just borrow me that money now. Silence.
Yes.
But ask God, if this person is not meant for me, remove them.
The immediate action, is crazy.
You're like, I peed my pants. Sorry, it's water. Pour water. I felt water in my lady pants. Sorry. I can't get up. It's like I peed. I didn't lock the bottle properly, and the water spilled. What I just felt was this tingling sensation in my lady parts. I was like,
you can call them lady parts.
What
are
they
British?
Oh, coochie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't use the word coochie, Sha. What do you call it as guys? Is it not? Do you call it? What do you guys call vagina? No, do you think he's going to put you in trouble that he said that water poured into my coochie?
Yeah.
Are you bothered about coochie? The word coochie?
Yeah, like me saying coochie.
No. Why?
But me referring to your coochie, they would... anyway, it's fine.
Water poured and you said, oh, it entered your coochie. What's wrong in that statement? But you're not close enough to me to say it. You're my best friend. You can say it like, oh, water God. And I said, my lady part. And you said, that's so touche. And I said, no, but but even when we speak, we don't use words like with each other. I don't say, you're looking. We don't use words like that. Do I? We just don't talk like that.
No, we don't say this.
Maybe when you're with your worry friend.
Yeah.
Maybe you say that. I'm not throwing shade, but I'm saying that maybe when you're with your worry like girlfriends or like friends, it's weird. People in the studio,
they'll think it's weird, dude.
So when you talk to your girlfriend, what do you say about her lady? Oh wow, even worse.
Isabel, you're too prude.
Yes, even when I had that, I can't.
You can't say water poured into you. So what do you
this
call
one
it?
was raised in the Christian
in church.
So there are things that he will never still touch.
Okay. Well, the thing has even dried, so it's okay. Like I feel like I don't think it's a big deal. You're one of my closest friends.
Okay.
If I got stained in public, would you not tell me?
Definitely. Well, this part is gonna trend. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I'm cool
Okay,
with
then
it.
that's fine.
Right. But even in biology, they call it vagina.
Yes.
Well,
I like using vagina.
No, vagina is so crass.
No, I like the word vagina.
Because biologically, term, yeah, but I think it's still, well,
Vagina?
you're right. It's right. That's the term that it should be called. A lady part is a vagina.
Right.
And a male part is a penis.
I actually like the word vagina. I feel like it
You
has...
just like too much vagina. Please move on. Like, nigger bye. Why are
Sorry.
you talking to me about vagina? But do I tell you, I like the word penis? I like the word
You
penis.
don't like pennies, but I like...
I like penis. Is it penis or penis?
I know. No, so why would you call it penis? It's penis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even when I speak, I think that I don't say things like, or
So what do you call your man's part?
I name it.
Like what?
I've had different names for
Willie?
different partners.
Williams?
No, there's a guy that I
Or
used to call.
Sheung?
Somebody would now think Sheung is someone.
No, to share is nobody, but you can name the
Yeah,
part.
so there's
Or
I have different names. Like
Junior.
not junior,
Oh,
like
so sorry,
sexy
friend.
names, right? Like there was a guy who would name me Jamaica, and I had a name for him. So when his line is, so we always text like,
Jamaica?
yeah.
Okay, Rihanna. I mean, where's Rihanna from? Barbados.
So I have names for them,
Right.
like so we can like Mandingo, different things.
Mandingo. Who are you hanging out with?
We want freedom.
I don't even know which translation you use again. No.
So how do we? We want freedom. Mandingo is like a man,
Oh,
and then
I
the name
get
can come
it.
from something can inspire the name. Maybe
So it's about Duro by freedom.
no, we want. Oh gosh, you
No, when I
this
think freedom, I
moment.
think of. So I'm thinking that's why.
Maybe not the length or the size.
Oh.
Maybe it's just like Mandingo is like they say that to like when they say we want freedom. It's like the way like when a man is a man, like Africans, like the way Africans speak.
Clearly, you're not,
I'm just messing up.
clearly
Of
you're
course
not
I
any
meant
white
this.
boys then.
No, baby.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, let's just move on.
No.
It's fine.
I mean, but right now, I think I just don't think I'm open. Like, yeah, I just don't know how to be. I think I'm too raz for them. I always say it.
For white men.
I'm so raz. A white man will not find me attractive. I always have to speak broken or speak Yoruba, and I'm always going to have to explain it to him. No, baby, what I mean.
No, but I
is
think
this.
he'll be intrigued by you and your Africanness.
No, I
They
think
usually are.
But what's the point if he doesn't get my jokes?
That's a cultural this thing for me. That's why I'm always like.
So that's why. Do you get? Because for me, I can be like, hey, no, and then my Yoruba will just,
Yeah, and you have to
And so-
explain.
and then you know,
Because-
what I actually mean. Or when it comes to barbecue and it's hanging out with my friends and we're all like, it's actually you. Friend, you like this? We now say, what he's trying to say is, are you all right?
And even the way I'll be like so aggressive, if you say with the fights,
We will not be like,
the cultural
do I
shock
call
for
the
him.
police? What's going on?
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's just us having a conversation. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why like my Africans, like we get each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back to what we were saying before
Right.
we went to this detour of lady pads
Long
and men
detour.
pads, and you trying to find out what I'll call it. I can't believe you don't name, but I guess I'm a bit wild. So let's not even explore that. I was talking to you about God before we started talking about this. But you know why I love God? He knows that we're crazy like that.
Oh, no,
and we
he
don't
knows
have all
us.
these conversations.
I feel like God, my sense of humor is from Jehovah.
Oh, Taymesan,
He who sits in
please.
heaven laughs. What's he laughing to?
Taymesan,
My
please.
jokes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even think you're funny.
I'm sure that God goes to my Instagram and is like, this boy kills me.
Yeah, well, when you do your skits, I'm sure you probably... And you know you're actually like evangelizing.
Of course I know.
Like you're a preacher.
Of course I know.
You're just preaching a
No,
different way.
I preach with, hysteria. Yeah, I preach with... I feel like one of the best ways to learn something is when you're happy or you're laughing. I also find Bible stories very funny because I insert myself in a
Do
situation.
you know my best Bible story right now?
Which one?
Story of Ruth.
Let's talk about it.
I feel like there's so many parallels to the story of Ruth that we miss when we read the story. People just look at the story of Ruth and just talk about Boaz. You find people say, don't for Boaz is the center of attention. But there's friendship in the story of Ruth. There is growth in the story of Ruth. There's healing in the story of Ruth. There is redemption in the story of Ruth. And I feel like that's what you need. Like when you look at your life in a wholesome way, Ruth is this girl who married this guy. The guy died. Her father-in-law died. Her brother-in-law died. Loss at that magnitude must have been crazy. Had the opportunity to go back home to her tribe, but chose to cleave to her mother-in-law. For starters, that shows that mother-in-law must have been a fantastic
She wasn't a Nigerian mother-in-law.
She clearly wasn't.
Yeah.
Or maybe not the kind that Patience Ozoko has portrayed on many Nollywood movies.
Well,
there are some sweet Nigerian mother-in-laws, I think.
Yeah, a handful of them.
I mean, yeah. But she clearly wasn't one of those ones we watch in Nollywood movies.
Yes, definitely
because
not.
those ones, you would be like...
Because Naomi must have been so amazing.
She hooked her up in the end.
Yes.
She pimped her.
Nobody the hookup starts, my friend.
Now pimping.
Let's get into it.
Yes, she literally pimped Ruth. Because when Ruth came home, and, obviously, if you don't know the story, please go and refresh yourself. It's 4 chapters. You can read it in 2 hours. It's not that deep. Muslims, Christians, pick up the book of Ruth. I think you learned so much from it, right? So we're not going to give you a crash course because we expect that right now you should know your Bible and you know what we're talking about. But when she went out to till the ground and find work. Ruth, ladies out there, was out there on her A game working. She wasn't looking for no damn man. She was going to look for her daily bread. And on the journey, the man...
You see, the way they walk, you go chop.
Not all the time. Sometimes you feel waka small forward before you chop or where the work day. But the motivation is the same.
Right.
To portray what he's saying.
Right.
And she found this guy, or the guy found her. Ruth didn't even find him. Ruth was working hard, trying to till the ground, whatever, we know the story. And the man just saw her and said, who is that young maiden? And people said, oh, that's the widow that came from Naomi's, she just wanted to glean. And he said, no. For the kindness she has shown
to her mother-in-law.
Girls, be nice to your mother-in-laws. They might be the ones that will lead you to your sheikh or your prince. If their sons are being bastards, maybe they can tell you.
Some of them are saying, never, you don't know my mother-in-law. She's a witch.
She's a witch. No, but then, the guy brought her in to, pick from the good stock, right? And when she was going, he never sent her home empty-handed. And this is the part that busts my brain all the time. Now, that's the part that I pick especially most. Not even the ending of the story of Ruth, but that act of kindness from Boaz is what inspires me so much. So I'd say to people, when you're going to date someone, date a kind man. Date a man who pours into you, right? Because he
was really kind. He didn't need to do it. And, one of the interesting parts of the scripture that I read is that he had to go to the person who was originally supposed to redeem. I don't think it was him.
Kingsman Redeemer.
Yeah. And said, you know what, I'm about to acquire this land. But if I acquire this, I mean, I go marry this girl. I think that one didn't want any extra burden to himself.
Yeah.
So that's when he now decided to redeem.
But it also goes to the nature of who Boaz was.
Yes.
He didn't let her fight that battle. Because a lot of men will be like, okay, I like you, but there's somebody before me. Go and sort that one out. I can't do this. So do you understand? I can't follow you because of this. So because you've had plenty lovers. All the things that guys used to break up with girls. Oh, I can't date you because you used to date my friend. I can't date you because you smile this way.
Yes, or you're second hand.
He even told her, go home. I know what to do. She did not even know what he was going to do.
Speaking of kindness, remember when she had woken up in the morning and it was like, I beg, this walk of shame you want to do so.
Let me protect you. You need to date a protector, a king.
So don't be the walk of shame don't start. What she went to do there was to go and hustle him.
And we'll be out here judging people. Boaz was an older guy,
Obviously.
Because the part where he says that he said to her that when she entered into his tent, when he was drunk, sharp babe, entered into his tent and laid by his feet. When he woke up, he was scared and thought, who is that? Then she said, it is Ruth. And he goes, out of all the young guys, you do not see any of these young men.
Me, pa.
And why me?
He had land to glean from. Why not him? She married.
No, the mother-in-law.
No, but also she married. So it is not between women. They want soft landing.
Preach. But when we say it, so why do we end up on blogs? People are abusing us for wanting soft landing. Why? I'm just trying to be like my hero.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just trying to
be like you must find a scripture that backs up.
I'm just trying to be like my hero, Ruth. Soft life is what I want. I'm tired. Why do you guys think it's a bad thing? Have to raw. Naomi is the one that told that shower very well tonight. Wear your best perfume. I have perfumes. Talk about you want perfumes. Look nice. Go out into the field. And when he's drunk, enter into the room and lay at his feet. You know, say that na sense, old woman sense, old wife's tale.
Say,
Because now
come, my
mine, the man
daughter.
not gonna know if you don't do the do. No say you don't drunk.
If you
So the man gonna think, say, for you to be in here, Abi, I don't take advantage of him. Abi,
yeah. So if you say that the mother-in-law a bad bitch, says she
Na
know
bad
what to
mama.
do. She even not really know his specs. Say this one go be spec. Then you go marry this man. Don't worry, I'll show you what to do.
can you imagine?
That's it.
Imagine when Ruth came home that night and she said, where did you get all of this from? She goes, I want man, no. He said his name is Boaz. He actually lets me glean. Her brain go down the
We are
calculate.
married to that family.
Our savior has
We have
Achalugo.
we have seen our Odogu. It is time to strike.
Odogu paranana.
Because if you ask me, she struck.
She did. She did.
She struck.
And she hit
strike
jackpot.
where the iron is hot.
I agree.
You know?
So please, people, stop hating women for what.
and I'm very sure she was not the first wife.
Yes, the Bible
Because
did
Boaz
not
no fit
tell us
don
it, Boaz, it was
old
old.
Rija age, collect that kind of big feed when other ladies never find her to marry.
Sense is not far from you, friend.
Friend.
So are you saying I should marry somebody's husband?
Well, if you already said it that if you fought come, you will
Are
collect.
you crazy? You knew what? Are you mad? You knew that I was just lamenting about the problems of being
But maybe that
independent.
is the spirit leading you.
To marry as a fourth wife. So if I invited you tomorrow to say, Taymesan, I'm going to marry somebody as a fourth wife, what would
Let me
you
go
say?
say I should be.
You're a Chris. By the way, people should tell your uncles to leave my email boxes alone.
Are they looking for you?
It may be all our emails. Have you not been hearing what the amount of marriage proposals I have received since that
So,
episode?
I will help you
aired?
go through them. At least we can see
Baby,
some
no, there's nobody there
prospects.
that you want to. One person said, how goes your day?
Hey, that's the problem with you people.
Another person said that I'm a
That's what
man.
it is.
Wait,
That's
another person
what
said that
it
I'm a widow of 4 children and my net worth is 500k in my bank account.
It's a joker. Wait, but that's what it is to Odogu.
Friend.
Paranana.
Friend.
Don't use English. If it's English,
Friend, one wants to take me to the barracks in Enugu.
you will start from somewhere. Let's go.
Do you
go
know
and meet
to go
your
to the
people.
barracks? Don't be stupid.
Okay, so you want what do you want to? Which fields do you want to go to? France. Yeah.
Yeah, the French
Okay.
Riviera, maybe.
South of France.
Maybe.
As you should.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, we never.
Why are you always trying to downgrade yourself?
I'm not
me?
degrading you, my friend. Okay, let's say a billionaire comes now and say, Toke Makiwa, I want to marry you. I want you to leave this hustle. All these Toke moments, you're jumping up and down, creating bag. I know that you've always wanted to rest. Come
No, but I
into
don't.
rest.
No. I won't want a man that will tell me to quit my job.
What if you marry into a family that they're billionaires?
I don't. No. I
Wait.
don't do all those family stores.
Wait first. What if a royal family from like East Africa?
I don't even want a royal family. I think they'll be controlling as fuck. I don't want it.
But you can never tell who God will bring to you. Sha.
No, but I definitely don't want a man that will tell me to quit my job.
You know, seeing a cruiser.
Do you know when you have enough time? What will you do with your headspace? You'll
Actually.
be wondering what is doing, what is not doing. No, I just want someone that you've seen where I've built to. You've
Come and
seen
help
where
me.
I've gotten to. Come and lend me some of your brain. Look at what I've got going on and say, babe, you're playing
Can we make
small.
it better?
Let's do, instead of purchasing 5K, let's go for 20K. Let's try. I believe in you and I will support you. Be my chairman. Be on the board. Do my home. Check my books for me. Let me make you proud. When you see the money you invest in my business, you yourself, you'll be like, it's like when God gave the 3 people, we gave one 10 shillings, one 15, one 5. The one with 5 went to bury, but the one with 1 went to bury his own. No, but the one with 5 made it 10. The one with 10 made it 15. You know, I feel like there's nothing as beautiful as a partnership where you both support each other. Do you know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
So
right.
for me, what do I bring to the table? I'm sure there are things that you've been seeing one way, and me coming to your life,
Another
adding a
perspective,
double
yeah.
lens will be like, nah, babe.
Yeah. I
nah."
think that's what partnership is really
Do you
about.
understand? This is
know?
not what we're doing, baby. I speak to the king in you. Are you kidding me? David slung that Goliath with a stone. You're worse than David. Do you know what you can do with a babe like me on your side? And a man that is going to be like, babe, you've done this. Oh, wow. That this is amazing, you know? But I think that these are the areas that you can do things better. Not someone that will tell me to quit my job to do what work for you. I don't understand.
Odogu Barara.
Odogu, please don't come and tell me to quit my job because me myself I be
Yeah.
Odogu now. Do you understand?
This
So
is the problem.
okay, think
What do you
I'm
mean
proud.
introduce yourself now, Odogu?
Okay, sorry.
That's have feminine energy towards the nigga.
Moses,
You have to be
okay,
the
change.
achalugo.
And she's so softly spoken.
Yeah.
Yes, baby. When do I quit?
Be sad, you know.
When do I quit? But tell me that this interview is over. My man wants me to quit this job.
Exactly. That's how you do it. If you could have followed you, would they help you? You understand?
Beef, that can be a good
Imagine
plan.
say you see one billionaire, I don't reach with that.
Friend.
Because you know, go say, my bestie, go marry billionaire, why not go benefits?
Do you know?
All of this things it still boils down to my own benefits as well.
Yeah. And then you know what, friend? You will not be doing tea with tea on Instagram again.
Me!
You have like sold out
I
concerts.
will move in.
I know. But when you're doing tea with tea, it will be like golden goblet, sold out concerts. People, you just come and sit on a throne and just sip your
I think
tea.
I want to work this. I don't even work at
agree.
all. I will leave the career and support you.
We both don't need to
Because when you're not working again, we are in the palace. Who will dare to help your mental health? Who will talk to you? He will be paying for me.
Sense.
I will be on salary. Are you joking?
Friend,
A billionaire?
And then we'll just travel the world.
Anywhere you want, I did. And my job description is
Friend, so let's start
Toke
praying.
Makinwa bestie. Where they follow and they manage a
Boaz.
royal husband.
My Boaz.
The Boaz. You understand? So if you say, okay, imagine say my salary monthly and maybe 100 million or 200 million. Do you think I will still be doing this work?
Friend, you don't
Do you
need
think I will
this
still do
work.
this work?
You don't need this work now. You tell podcasts,
So if I had work?
fuck off. And you know what you do? You now scrub off your Instagram page. The only picture they will see is of you sipping champagne on a yacht somewhere.
No, I'll just hold the
6
throne.
months. You only be dropping 6 months updates. Proof of life.
That's where I see a life we're thriving in the royal in the castle.
From Tokyo. Proof of
Yeah,
life.
well,
Hey.
Tomorrow I'm in France. I know I took you to say your friend, no, like all this stressful.
We need to pray right, my friend. We need to pray right. Because this life where you just lose. Me myself, they talk, say, I don't go drop the job. Fuck the job. First moment.
You have given them enough Toke moments. You have been doing moments for years. Let them rest. They should go and watch old ones.
Rabados.
Anything we say that you do, I will go and watch the old ones.
Rabados.
We have moved on to greater things. We will do podcasts for the king and the rest of the family.
Podcast? What is that?
We will sit down with the royal family and be.
No, we don't do
Me,
that.
I will do so for my mental health, so I'll be doing it for the family.
Okay, but you do that outside in the courtyard. You don't do that inside.
I can never be in the culture. I
Well,
want my own quarters.
the kind of people that we're inviting to dinner, they're not going to be with cameras. That is so like local.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're the queen.
How are you going to be
Anything
that
you say, I
girl
go
who's going to
do.
be like, hi guys, so I'm hanging today? No.
If they say the royals, they do, I know go do.
The Royals don't live in here. We
I
just
think by the time we're done, our mental health go the ground. We're not gonna feel. By the time when we finish, we'll say, this money.
Take
nah,
it.
Take it away. We don't want again.
All right, so before you go, I want us to play a game. I want to spray like different. How well do you know your friend? You know, have perfume brands. And I'm going to spray, you're going to have a blindfold on, and I'm going to spray some perfumes. And you have to tell me which one
Oh my goodness.
is my perfume.
Can I call them at the colors?
Yeah.
Like
you
this is
can.
the red bottle, this is the white bottle, this is the
Yeah.
green bottle.
Yeah.
I know them.
Yeah.
I know this is the oud. Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
I know.
All right. Hey guys, so of course, I'm going to play this. How well do you know your bestie? Because you all know that I have my own perfume line. And I do have a bunch of perfumes here that are actually not from the Toke Makinwa brand. So I will be spraying perfumes and Taymesan has to guess if they're from the Toke Makinwa brand or not. Shall we begin? Friend, Ravado.
I mean, you won't disgrace me.
No.
Jesus.
Smell it and tell me if that's my perfume. Don't open it.
No.
Just smell it and say, is that a Toke TM
I think this is the green one. Is it?
Wrong. This is Keali, Yum,
Oh my
pistachio,
God.
and gelato. It's not your friend's perfume. It's not your friend's perfume. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the next one? Okay. Turn your hand over.
It should not be layered.
No, well, that's the whole point. Is that a Toke Makinwa perfume?
Yes.
Which one is this?
Is it the white one?
Bingo! It is. Okay, let's try another one, another perfume, another one. Oh, this place smells glorious. Is this a Toke Makinwa perfume?
I don't think so.
Is that a Toke Makinwa perfume?
I don't think so.
Wrong. That is Fire by Toke Makinwa.
Which is the green one?
Green
Okay,
bottle.
so
Yes.
it's just confusing.
Okay, so there's one more, or maybe two more to go. This is going to be really good. So tell me, where can I?
In fact, this
When you leave here, someone's going to be like, oh, you smell so good. It's a cocktail scent.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to just spray this also on this palm like this. Tell me, is that a Toke Makinwa perfume?
No. Wait.
Is that a Toke and perfume?
There's other scents on in my hand.
Should I do your leg?
Wait, do my muscle. I think this is the oud. Is it the oud?
Is it a Toke and perfume or not?
It is.
No, it's not. It's Bodesia,
Oh.
Blue Sapphire. And the last one, but not the least. Give me your other muscle. When you go from here, the dates you're going on, they're going to eat you up, baby. Is that a Toke and perfume?
Yes.
What's that one?
The red one. My favorite one. I cannot miss this scent for anything.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this amazing session with my G, Taymesan.
Friend, why do I smell like a perfumery?
This is how, like a
This is how
perfume
you
haul
smell.
Because I wear them all together.
Yes.
And it smells delicious. You smell
I have to
so
go out,
good,
so I have to
friend.
make sure that
You smell so good.
my friend, this is a perfume that took us.
What do you mean?
Not this, not your own. This one. Give me this one.
Will you drop it?
Oh, even on camera.
Let me see. I really like that for the sale.
It's almost done. I beg. I don't. Give me this one.
That's my Kayali perfume.
It's Kayali.
Yeah.
Glory to me, Sani.
Friend, if you don't close that thing, I give back my bottle of perfume.
Even on camera, can you not pretend? I want the viewers to ask me what the perfume is, and I'm taking a picture and I'm showing them when this episode comes
You
out.
took my gold oud rush.
Miken.
Baby.
Which day?
Do you not have the new tent?
I don't have it. Yeah, give me the new one.
No, I don't have the new one here. I just have this green one and it's my last one. This is my bottle.
Okay. But I want to buy this one again. This is my favorite Toke one scent.
Okay, but can you
ever.
drop all my perfumes? I'm not giving you any perfume. If you like, cry.
After coming to this podcast, by the way,
What did you give to me when I
you
came to your
don't
podcast?
they give people souvenir for you.
What did you give
I
to me?
think that you guys, when you're coming on this podcast, you should ask for a souvenir. You should actually have small sample sizes.
I do actually. So I'll send
souvenirs.
you sample sizes.
No, I'm bigger than a sample size. Do I look like a sample size?
You don't. You look like a mandingo.
Yeah.
baby.
Please, close this podcast. Take your perfume. I'm just recovering.
On that note, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you for hanging
This
out
is
with
what
us.
friendship looks like.
Yeah.
I love you, friend.
I love you too, my
I'm
friend.
proud of every single milestone and every single path of your growth. Ugly, good, beautiful. I accept it all.
I'm so proud of you. You inspire me so much. And please, let's not fight again over.
Did you miss me when we were fighting?
I did, but I was like, I beg. I
But
don't
this
live for
guy is
this.
such a troll. He will say, yeah, Dura, I'm keeping my list.
I said, you're letting the sun go down on your anger.
He actually sent me that. This motherfucker sent me that.
But think about it. You pray a lot about that part. It got into unlock. And that's
Guess what? I wasn't angry. I was just taking the mickey at you.
why. So I'm sure your house, you're looking like this. Look at this.
I was just
idiot.
laughing. I swear, I wasn't mad. But we're friends long enough for you to know that when I express my mind, that's it. I'm not going to bed
Right.
thinking about you.
Really?
Jeez, that got
So who are you thinking about?
different men. How about that?
Wow.
Do you shine my Congo? Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you all for hanging out with us.
Goodbye. Bye. On that note, bye.
Lord, what am I going to do with this guy? Catch you on the next episode of Toke Moments. Mwah.